Hold it down.
SONiC hits now.
All right, guys. My name's DJ Trouble. You guys ready for Fighting for Ithaca? Why don't you guys describe how you met and how you came to know each other, started playing together, all that kind of stuff?
That's a story.
Whoever wants to take it, go ahead.
Guess it'll start with me. A couple years ago, I placed a Craigslist ad, actually, and found Tom. And we've been together ever since. And John is my brother, so when we needed a guitarist, he stepped up. Phil, we knew through a couple other local bands, and Adam immigrated here from England, and we caught him off the boat.
I was gonna say, is that the only reason you were searching Craigslist? Because there's a lot of other things going on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
it happened.
So then from there, you guys started playing, and then talk about how you got signed to 604 Records, which is a big deal.
Yeah. Phil, do you want to talk about that, or are you getting all set up?
Can I just borrow your mic for 1 second?
Yeah, here you go.
And unravel this one while I'm talking. There we go. Yeah, so 604 Records is the label we're on, and they're rad guys and girls. How it all started, we were kind of known to them in the local scene anyway. We'd played a bunch of shows, and we were on their radar. And then I ran into Jonathan Simkin at a bar, gave him our demo, and was like, "Hey, dude, let's do something." And he's like, "Yeah." And didn't really do much after that. Sent a couple emails. Then some of the people here might remember this. We sent out a message January 1st, of 2010, and said, "Hey," or 2011. We said, "Hey, we want to." Yeah, I get years mixed up. This is terrible. Who picked me? And we just said, "Hey, guys, it would be cool if we got signed to 604 Records." Then all the Ithacans on Twitter just blew up 604 Records. Yeah, there's some of them here. So thank you guys so much for that. So in between our hard work and then the craziness that the Ithacans are, they just couldn't say no because they couldn't read their Twitter feed anymore because there's all people saying, "Hey, sign Fighting for Ithaca." So it's cool.
We know what that's like at SONiC because there's this SONiC spin-off. So 604 Records is a big deal. I mean, we're talking about Carly Rae Jepsen. We're talking about Marianas Trench, Favorite Drive. And is Nickelback on there? I don't know. They're kind of
no, Nickelback's not. But like Mike
Chad's a co-owner.
Chad Kruger
no
owns
big deal.
604 Records, is one of the owners. So when you got signed, I mean, were you excited, or more so did you feel the pressure of being on a roster with all these great bands and the need to sort of rise to the occasion?
We were so disappointed, man, let me tell you. No, it was amazing. I mean, we were really excited. We still are excited, but yeah, totally pressure on. We're used to being a local band, I guess, and so suddenly we got to kind of take things up to here, and we're working with these massive artists, and we are starting to mingle with these massive artists, so it's a lot of pressure, absolutely.
So what did you guys do for work before the band? I'm sure you guys still work, but what were you doing before?
We're totally rich, man. We don't work. Day jobs don't happen. No, go ahead.
I've actually got 2 jobs right now.
Yeah.
I'm in real estate, believe it or not, and I also do glamorous duct cleaning.
What was your worst job ever, though?
Oh God.
Was it the one where your thumb blew off?
Yeah, probably.
That might be the one.
Oil rigs, I did that. I've done everything, man.
How'd your thumb blow up?
Oil rigging machine. Got caught in it.
So
talk about it later.
Oh, wow.
You thought he was joking. You thought he was joking.
It's like, this is a weird joke. Where is this going?
Blew up, too. It just went like...
There was an explosion.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a job once where I picked up dead people. True story. It was.
This is true.
When people die, like, it's really weird, this human thing that we have where we see a dead body, we're like, oh, I don't want to be near it. So they have to have people that come and pick them up and put them away in the morgue and stuff. And not a lot of people want to do that. So it's a pretty easy job to get. And so I did that for a while. I picked up dead people.
How does that pay?
It pays all right for not really doing much. You don't have to have great customer service skills.
Yeah.
I have so many rings now at home too.
Gold teeth and stuff.
Oh,
like that?
tons. Yeah.
Watches.
All right. So when was it that you guys went on the spin-off? It was a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that.
Maybe even 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that.
So you guys were tweeting me the night before. And we were talking about how you guys had to go up against Justin Bieber all around the world.
Yeah.
Justin who? Sorry, what?
Never heard of him.
That guy keeps asking us to borrow money, and we're like, JB, just back off, man.
So he had, like, I don't know, 300 votes or something that night, like something ridiculous. And you guys were a little nervous about going up against Justin Bieber. Talk about sort of what that felt like, and were you guys confident going into it that you were going to win?
No.
You got us a little bit nervous, to be honest with you, from the very beginning, because when you tweeted us, you're like, it's probably not the best time to enter the spin-off.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Trouble. Yeah, that was great.
Trouble's like, these guys don't have a chance.
I was saying, this guy could send out one tweet and could just be destroyed in a second.
Which still could happen, or could have happened.
Just go back in time.
I actually called Trouble just before to say, hey, no matter what happens, thanks so much for playing our track tonight. And he was like all, like, kind of like I'm the stupid, like, little kid that's all, he's trying to be like, oh, this is adorable, this guy called in. He's like, no, but it's true. It's true. Trouble's like, oh, yeah, get all your friends to call in. You're up against Bieber. And I was like, yeah, well, like, I have a couple friends, but that's it. And then, yeah, I just crushed it. So I think it surprised all of us, including you probably, too.
I was definitely shocked at the amount of tweets, phone calls. Sometimes when we have local artists, I can tell it's like the same 5 people just calling over and over and over again. But with you guys, it wasn't the same 5 people, and the tweets were crazy. I mean, you guys were pulling numbers like up in the 600 votes, and we only do the voting for half an hour. So, I mean, that's a ton of votes, and that...
Thanks to a lot of these guys out here for that, too. Give yourselves a round of applause, yeah.
Absolutely.
They're like, no, I don't want to clap right now. This is weird.
So then you guys won the spinoff, and now you guys are on the radio. So it's interesting because you guys are sort of on the precipice of breaking through right now. And for everybody sitting here, it's really a unique situation because you just got on the radio, you got your one single out, and you are on the brink of possibly becoming superstars. So everybody sitting here today can look back when these guys are super famous and be like, I remember when I saw them at the SONiC session, and stuff like that. So what do you guys got coming up to sort of further push the record Last Chance and promote it?
Tom, you don't have a mic down there, do you? Do you want to answer a question?
There's a mic right in front of you, noob.
He is just the bass player, but...
Bass players.
Mine.
We've got a little mini tour coming up at the end of August. We're heading out to Kamloops, Edmonton, Calgary, and Cranbrook.
Yeah, Cranbrook.
What up, Cranbrook?
Insane people in Cranbrook.
Who are you guys going on tour with?
Us and ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Well, our friends band Seventh Rain is jumping on a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some other local bands from the areas.
So we all know the benefits of going on tour. What are some of the things that you're not looking forward to going on this tour?
I haven't actually been on tour with Adam yet, but there's a few things. Adam can maybe tell the story better. I've heard about him.
Okay, there was one time I was touring through Alberta, and I went out, had a couple drinks with one of my friends from one of the other bands we were playing with, and I was told by the people we were staying with, yeah, the door will be unlocked, like, don't worry about it, just come home whenever you want and just walk right in. And then so I don't speak, like knocking back the drinks, getting nice and drunk, get back to the house and saying that it's about 3:30 in the morning, locked. Oh good, what's I do now? So I literally tried a couple times, rang the doorbell, text some people, and in the end I just gave up. So I texted the person I was staying with, I was like, if you need me, I'll be out on the porch, and just fell asleep.
Slept on the porch.
Like
if we
a
can
dog.
share a story about the last time we actually went to Alberta as well. Not all of us were here. Well, I guess most of us were here. We were driving in a minivan, which we called the Manwich, because we had about like this much room for each of us. We had a minivan. It was your stepmom's minivan or something, or your mother-in-law's minivan, right? Rock stars, right? And we had all the gear in the middle. We took the bench seats out. And so 3 of us were crammed in the back in one seat. And we're literally talking like this. Like we've, never been as close. And then 2 people in the front, all the gear in the middle. So those of us in the back couldn't actually see the front of the vehicle. And we couldn't see out the windows. And we went in December. Probably not the best decision ever.
Yeah.
Because we're idiots.
Yeah.
Idea.
So after we played, was it Edmonton and then we were heading home after that? Or was it...
Yeah. No, that was Edmonton.
Right. So we decided to drive home after the show because we didn't want to spend another night out there. And it's like a blizzard, man. Like you couldn't see more than 5 feet in front of you, right? And we're driving back and it's like 3 a.m. or something. And I wake up because we, kind of go over a bump. And I'm like, where are we? And all of a sudden we clear this space and look out the window. And we're flooring it in this blizzard on the wrong side of the road. And the guy who's driving our car, he's like, it's okay, there's no cars on this side. Like, we were white-knuckled the whole way, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, and being that in that close proximity too is, you know, when you're with 5 guys who are all sweaty and you leave right after a show, you don't shower. It's fun times. There was one particularly bad stench that came up one time, and I was like, I was getting mad because we hadn't. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and we hadn't. We're just all grumpy, and I'm like, what is that? And everybody's like, wasn't me. I was like, somebody, man. There's like, it smells like despair and a skunk's colon, like wrapped into one. And then Curtis is always really diplomatic. He never wants to offend anybody, and because I was going on for a while about this, and I was like, there is something up, and Curtis pipes up from the front. We can't see him because all the gear's there, and we're like, I think Tom's feet were smelling a little funky back there. And I looked at Tom,
like
and I was like, dude, did you just take your shoes off? He's like, yeah, what? And I was like, dude, no more. Put your shoes back on. So that's definitely what we're not looking forward to.
For this tour, you're packing some Febreze.
I think so, yeah. And we might actually have a little more room this time, which is nice.
Definitely have more room, and we're going to put Tom in the trailer.
Can we stay on Tom for 1 second and talk about his fabulous wardrobe choices?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
So another thing that was awesome when we were on tour last time is Tom has this massive red jacket that is probably older than like all of our parents combined. And we had stopped at this restaurant, and we were having in Golden. We were stopped in Golden. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, and you know, it was cold, right? It was like minus 20 or something like that. And we open up the passenger side door of this minivan, and here's Tom, and he's got this red jacket. It's like literally covering his face like this, like holes all through it.
Super dirty, yeah.
We actually kind of mistook him for a homeless man. So
yeah, like I didn't want to let him back in.
Shivering, and I was so warm.
We call it his hobo jacket.
Is that where Tom the hobo came?
Yeah,
totally.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys
was a hobo once, though.
Once?
Actually, I was a hobo once.
Oh wow.
Before I met Curtis.
Let's not ask about that.
I did My Fair Lady.
And now you defend them.
So you guys have a video for Last Chance. How did the shoot go and stuff like that? By the end of the shoot, because these shoots take like hours and hours and hours, and it's the same song over and over and over and over all day long, were you just like sick of it a little bit by the time?
Try playing it afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I was already sick of it before.
Well, you know, a funny fact, a lot of people don't know this, but we wrote that song like, 2.5 years ago now, I think, and we actually recorded it back in October. So we've had that song, you know, sitting in our email for months.
Right.
So we've listened to it. You know, we're narcissistic, right? So we listen to it over and over, right? But now it's like,
I hate
yeah, we heard it so many times. We're like, this song isn't new anymore.
I've only been in the band for 6 months and I already get sick.
That being said, though, I sometimes I have it tuned to SONiC in my car, and as soon as when our song comes up, I'm such an ass. I turn it way up. I'm like,
yeah.
Right?
You got to, yeah. When can we see the video? Like, when is it going to be?
That's a great question. I think we're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks. But we don't know for sure. We don't have an official release date. I think they're waiting for a little bit more momentum with the single, so could expect it in a couple weeks, I think.
We did a poll on Facebook. We had 7,000 people respond, and the question was, what do the fans want to see in your next video? And the overwhelming response was, they would like me in it, and they would like several beautiful women around me, fanning me while wearing togas and feeding me grapes. So if you guys want to think about it.
If you wear a thong, you're in.
Just putting that out there.
We had some budget cuts, so it'll be us in togas.
We are SONiC. Hits now.